Now, we've talked a lot about clinch, right? Arm stop to a seatbelt, that is a clinch.
Right.
By clinch, you know, it's pretty much anything that kind of neutralizes and briefly stabilizes, hopefully to my advantage. In other words, if I get this arm stop, you come in and hug me, oh my gosh, and I get this arm stop to a seatbelt type position, I'm hoping, number one, that it just stops whatever you're doing. You're punching, you're trying to tackle, whatever it is, hopefully it stops that. And then I'm going to use this, hopefully to my advantage. Or maybe get a better position, something like that. So most fights, at some point, people grab the other person. How do we start creating some drills that give people little small points of reference in this, and that's what we call the pump. So the way that we do this, stay here in front of the camera here, is we start in this over-under position. Certainly this could happen in real life, but it's not necessarily, that's not what we're trying to say. But on one side, I have this overhook, and you have the underhook. You have an underhook here, I have an overhook. If we turn around, I have an underhook over here, and you have an overhook, right? Now, as a general point of reference, it's not always true, but we'll say that the person who has the inside position has a better advantage. Why is that? Well, try to grab my legs. You can't, right? Because I have an inside position. Try to grab my leg here. Now, you have access to it, theoretically, you know, because you have the inside position. If you had both of these, you could you are bear hugging me there. You could go down and grab both of my legs. How about throw a knee? It's very difficult for me to stop this from the outside, throw from a knee from here. Oh my gosh, at least so the idea in general is that the inside position is better. Although once you learn the outside positions, you can make those work for you as well. So anyway, here's our general reference. We're going to start in this position here, and you are going to try to get to this, okay? This double underhook. So you're there, and now you're not. How do you get there? Good. So you're going to have to take your left hand and thread it through or swim it through. Exactly. Boom. But unfortunately, while you're doing that, I'm doing the other side. Good. And now you're trying to get in there. And I'm doing it on the other side. Now, that's perfect. That is the general push-pull kind of feel for pummeling. Okay. Now, was it difficult for you to thread your hand through?
Pretty.
Okay, good. So that meant I had a good underhook. A good underhook means that if I do have this inside position, I try to keep it up nice and high, make it very difficult for that person to get in. So I might grab the shoulder, I might just have my hand up here at the lat right here, but especially being short like me, I mean, I want to lift it up and I want to make it difficult. A terrible position would be like to be right here. Very easy for you to swim it through. On the overhook side, I want to have it clamped down. Now, this is tough because a lot of people get in here and they want to go like this. But then, once again, this solidifies your underhook position too, right?
Yep.
So this is not really what I want unless I really have a picture in my mind of what I want to do with it. You know, maybe some kind of shoulder throw or something like that. But for the most part, I'm going to use a C-grip on this, back up a little bit here. A C-grip on the tricep, this huge tricep right here, and then clamp it down, okay? And that way, when I want to create space, I can create space. When I want to let go, if I were here, boop, I could let go at any time, and there's nothing, you know, except for the grip that you have on my lat, you know, there's nothing to stop me. So anyway, all right, so here we are. I'm clamping on my overhook. I'm lifting on my underhook, and you're doing the same thing. So you want to lift this one, right? And clamp on, there we go, good. And so, not so competitive, but we're trying to get each of us are trying to get the inside position by swimming it in. Ready, go. Here we go. Good. And then once you get here, then we do it again. Oh my gosh. Good. So we can take this at any level we want. We could say, hey, look, let's just flow. Let's make this a flow drill. Oh, get swimming that arm in. Boom. No. Keep that, because you have that, right? Make me earn it a little bit, just a flow. And you're doing the other side. Going here. Now, position for my feet. When my head is on this side, my opposite knee, I want it to be in the middle. So for me, head over here, right leg, my head is on my left, my right leg is in the middle, planted between your legs. When I switch, boom, now I'm gonna have my left leg in the middle. I switch here, so you can do the same thing. Right now, your right leg is in the middle. We switch, boom, get your leg in the middle. Good. So this is a good basis for starting these pummeling type of drills where we can see where can this go. So if we look at this very brief clinch position, some of the things that most people have seen, let's say we go here and boom, all of a sudden I'm able to isolate this wrist. Boom, I do an arm drag and I get around behind. That's a very simple one that many people have seen. We've seen the arm drag. I grab the same side. I'm bringing it to the inside, or perhaps you have posted and I've gone wrist to wrist and I'm taking it through the center, my opposite side hand, extending out, cupping above the elbow and continuing that motion there for me to get this behind position. Good. So how we did that from this pummel is as you're swimming in, boom, I take that moment and I isolate your wrist. It's very difficult to do. It's not something, go ahead and get your hand way up there. It's like, oh, I can't get that wrist, but if I swim in and now you're swimming in, boom, I might be able to take that moment of time and isolate that wrist. If I isolate it, I don't want it to be back here, obviously, because that would make it very difficult to drag your entire arm through my body. I want to drive it down, and from there, isolate the arm and get it here. So that'll be the first one. Let's do that. So for you, I have this outside position, and now I'm going inside. As I go inside, grab the wrist and drive it straight in. Now take that moment of time and throw it across the middle. Now that's a secret here. Let's make that a hook and hook that and pull it across, boom, and then just establish that back position. Yeah, good. Which could just simply be locked arms around the hips. That's perfect. Good. So we're going here. Boom. And now I'm starting to go through. Let's say I'm trying to grab in here and I'm trying to get this control. What might you do with your hips? Boom. You might take them and create space here. Well, as we're pummeling here, maybe I take a moment of time and now I bring my hand up here and I hook the head and I simply establish this kind of front headlock position, which could be the standard kind of guillotine, what they refer to as, or this head and arm, a lot of things. We're not trying to finish it here. We're just showing some kind of energy, right? So we're in here. You know I'm trying to grab your hips, right. And so you pull your hips back. I reach up from wherever I am. In the middle here, I pull the head down. I establish a shoulder position right on the very top of your spine. Yep. Keep my elbows in so you can't bring your head through. And then I'm just gonna hold on right here. I could grab my own hand inside. I could grab the back of the arm, any of those. Good. So people are grabbing, oh my gosh, we're pummeling. I get my hips out, boom. Exactly, good. So you want to keep this elbow in, because if not, I can kind of rise up right here. Yeah. Not because I'm using my lower back, but because I drive my hips in. Right. So you do not want me to do that. So you keep the elbow in. No. Yeah, I mean, that's great position. Good. That's actually feels really good. Yeah. The weight of the shoulder, it's your entire body. The moment that I get this, I want to start driving in or out. Just keeping that 45-degree pressure one way or the other. A common common finish for this is actually snapping it down and not just securing it here, but actually driving it all the way to the ground. So that could happen as well. The last one we want to, as we're going in here, all of a sudden you have energy and you feel something coming towards your head. It could be as simple as I tie up, now you tie up with me. Whoa, and I just duck under. It's pretty obvious. I duck under. Whoa, what's coming? Now this could be you reaching for my head. Maybe you're over here and you think, I'm gonna punch him in the face. Boom, you know, and I just go under. And once again, there are many ways to secure this. I'm just giving the initial energy now of I could lock it up this way, I could get around behind. But anytime this broad energy is coming towards my head, whoop, I literally want to lower my level, close that space. I want no space right here, and I'm just going to turn the corner. Boom, turning around the other way and establishing position. Put these three things together. It's a very simple drill. So let's put them all together. We're pummeling. And, yeah, and wrap it up. Yeah, keep that shoulder tight. I'm gonna take your head off. Good? Yeah, good. Okay.